Hey everybody, it's Rob with Cherry City Guns and Ammo, and today we're taking a look at this new Palmetto State Armory AR-15 chambered in 5.56. It's fitted with a Holosun AEMS core red dot, along with a Holosun 3x magnifier. So let's do some shooting, see what we think. Not bad, stick around. Alright, so those were my very first shots with this gun. It doesn't belong to me, it was loaned to me for review. And I found that people want to know everything that I'm using here. So that was a Lancer mag, just a standard clear Lancer mag, which I'm a huge fan of Lancer mags. And then next we're going to shoot a D&H mag. All we're shooting today is some 55 grain Tula full metal jackets. Keeping it cheap. So the Holosun AEMS core, it's a nice little red dot. It's at a perfect height for an AR-15. And it's perfect height to co-witness with iron sights, just in case you run out of battery power. And then we've got the Holosun 3x magnifier. So if you're not familiar with that, most people are at this point in time, but in case you're not, this has no magnification at all. But you flip this in front of the red dot, so it's lined up with it, and it gives you 3x magnification. So you're looking through this, and then looking through this. My only gripe, and it's a slight one, I wish that the Magpul flip-up sights would perfectly clear that magnifier in case your red dot went dead. Now you can give it a little push and finally get it folded all the way up, so you can actually look through the iron sights through the red dot. But I don't like that it contacts the magnifier, which means you either got to push it up there and have it rub your magnifier, or you got to use the quick release mount, take the magnifier off, which isn't too hard, but then you got to put it in a pocket or something like that, which I would prefer not to do. I'd prefer to just flip it out of the way and flip up your backup iron sights and go for it. But anyway, let's use this magnifier now. Let's go all the way out to 100 yards. Where we were just shooting was 60 yards, so we were just shooting at that silhouette right there. Now we're gonna move out to that silhouette way out there at 100 yards with 3x magnification. See if we can get some hits. Not too bad for a 16-inch carbine gun. These are a really inexpensive AR-15. And so far it seems pretty good for the quality. It comes with nice Magpul furniture, Magpul carbine stock. It's the cheapest one, but it's still a Magpul. It's not some Chinese made junk. Nice Magpul pistol grip, and it's a standard type carbine forearm that's made to work with the gas block front sight combination here with the big old Delta ring, which I'm not a super fan of, although it looks kind of cool. But I don't like being like this a whole lot. I'd like to be holding more out here, which that barrel's quite hot, so I couldn't do that. And you wouldn't want to hold the barrel anyway. So I'm definitely a fan of the free float handguards that give you a little more length, a little more area to grab, gives you a little more, places for mounting stuff you want to. Although this does have M-lock slots on the side, but those are, and M-lock on the bottom as well down the center, so you still could mount some optics. But if you put a flashlight over here and maybe something like a laser or something over here, you've got even less real estate to hold on to. But for a cheap budget AR-15, it's pretty darn good. And actually the person that loaned this to me bought this as a deal. It was a deal of two guns. It was this plus a Palmetto State dagger, and the combination was like 750 bucks, he said. Didn't come with the optics. These are fairly high dollar optics. You're going to spend almost as much on these two items as you spend on the AR-15 plus the PSA dagger combined. Then you gotta get your Magpul backup flip up sight. But you know, I guess if you want good optics, you gotta pay for them. Good optics don't come cheap. But this seems like a pretty good gun for cheap, which is pretty surprising. Of course, we're not gonna shoot this enough to know if there's any longevity issues, but everything seems very Mil-Spec. It seems like a completely, totally Mil-Spec trigger, which in a budget AR-15, that's kind of to be expected. And it's not as budget as it could be. You know, if some of the like Delton ones like that, I would definitely take this over that any day whatsoever at all. And you're really not looking at much money for this, because a dagger only goes for like 300 bucks. So that means, you know, this was like 450, which, I mean, for an AR-15, that's pretty cheap. But let me go load up some more rounds. We'll do some more goofing off with this thing. I'm pretty impressed with it. All right, we're back with some more rounds loaded up in the Lancer mag. This is marked 5.56 NATO 1-7 twist. I'm gonna give some opinion here real quick. Number one, there's only one reason that 1-7 twist is Mil-Spec, and that's because of tracers. The longer your bullets are, the faster your twist needs to be able to stabilize your bullet. Well, a tracer, because it has a big pocket in the back where the stuff goes that burns, that creates all the light, is a really long bullet. You need a 1-7 twist to stabilize it. A 1-8 twist, with the exception of tracers, a 1-8 twist will stabilize any bullet that is short enough to load into a 223 or 5.56 casing and load into a magazine. So 1-7 twist, unless you really want to shoot tracers or you want to have it super Mil-Spec, completely and totally pointless. The other thing is, so I don't buy AR-15s myself. I build AR-15s because I build them for exactly what I want them to be. You'll never find me building one chambered in 5.56 or 223. I only build them in 223 wild. The 5.56 is a higher pressure cartridge than the 223. On the outside dimensions are the same. So you can safely shoot a 223 in a 5.56, but not necessarily reverse. You might have some 223s that will handle it, but it's not designed to handle the pressure of a 5.56. The 223 wild can safely use 5.56 or 223 Remington ammunition, but will do so more accurately than either one. So it's less ammo specific and better accuracy. So 223 wild's the way to go. 223 wild with 1-8 inch twist. That's the only thing I would ever build, other than, you know, the ARs of other exotic chamberings, which I have a bunch of those as well. But if I was building something that was supposed to be like a little carbine that's supposed to be a, you know, a 5.56 or 223, I would only build it in 223 wild. So just out of fun, I want to see about shooting that 100-yard with no magnification. So I can still hit it 100 yards, but not as easily. I will tell you, I was told this was sighted in, but I'm finding that I'm having to hold the right edge of targets to hit them. So I don't know why that is, if it's just difference of what ammo is used for sighting it in. Like that, I'm holding the absolute right edge. Anyway, you know, if you're not into building ARs and you want to get something that's pretty much you can hit the ground running with, it's not a bad way to go. You get it for not very much money. The reviews on these are pretty good for long term. I don't have any long-term opinion on it because these are the first shots I've shot in this gun. So I only have an initial impression. But the initial impression is good. Might not be a bad way to go. Better way to go is build your own. Learn what it takes to build one. Build your own. Spec it out the way you want it done. And for the same amount of money, you can build a much better gun that is suited exactly to what you want. So, and this day and age, there are really phenomenal products out there for pretty inexpensive because building ARs has become so popular. But once again, if that's not what you're into, might not be a bad option. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for the watches, the likes, subscribes, all that stuff. It means the world to me. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.